Good morning. I'm Denise Dryden. I'm an integrational coach and I live out in Washington on Bainbridge Island. And I do these weekly videos every Sunday morning to talk about what's going on and what I'm noticing. I've been doing these for years. I did a radio show in the 90s for 7 years doing this. And then now this video is going on this June is the 4th year I've been doing this. So there's quite a few of them. It's been fun to watch them develop over the years. So June is a really busy month. The days are longer, the weather is warmer, and we want to get outside. We want to play. We want to cook outside. We want to walk outside. We want to hang out later. The sun's up, right? It stays light, especially in the northern states. It stays late up till 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's amazing. Schools are winding down. If you're in the south, they've already been out. But if you're in the north, you still have a week or two. But it's like all of the closing of the school stuff if you have kids. And the summer plans start to take over. Sort of, there's vacations with airplanes, rental cars, transitions, family reunions, weddings, all of that stuff. If you're working and you have kids, you have childcare issues, you got camps, you got all this stuff, and it's just kind of like, oh man, it starts taking over, right? There are lots of opportunities and lots of stressors and also lots of invitations to chill. So today I want to talk about the power of the pause. The absolute power that comes with what happens when we can sort of slow everything down and take a pause. So I've been working with a new technique, not necessarily new out there, but new to me. It's holding on to, initially, my solar plexus, putting my hand right on, right below my rib cage, right above my belly button, and going like, here's my solar plexus, and I breathe in, and I breathe out, and I breathe in, and I breathe out. And it's sort of like seeing it as a fan. And so I'm empowering myself by coming up with this really nice regulatory breathing, which is solid and rhythmic, and it calms my energetic system down. And I've noticed I've been able to take on bigger stressors because if you follow astrology, the month of May and June have been pretty intense. So I've been using the breathing to steady me. So I wanted to break this down and share it with you and sort of go through some of what this actually can look like for you. So the brain, let's start with the brain. The brain is this amazing machine. It scans and it gathers and it adjusts and it monitors and it's like in charge. And it's the tool that we rely the most to guide us through life. It's our survival. It is our regulator. It's strong, it's well trained, it's fast, and it's got this sort of masculine energy. Like, I got this. I'm on it. And I always like see my brain going like, I'm on it. Don't worry about it. And it sees things and does things and ramps up when things get intense, right? When things get intense, the brain kicks in. It's brilliant, but it's also reactive, and it's overzealous. And it can take on too much. And when it takes on too much, it gets challenged, stressed, right? So then let's pair that with the heart. So the heart is also another amazing machine. According to the Heart Math Institute, the heart is 50,000 times more powerful than the brain. But it's an intelligence we don't know very much about. So the heart is slower to respond. It's honest. It's in alignment with what your whole body needs and what your life needs. And it has a voice of wisdom. Usually it waits to be asked. Hey, are you ever going to include me in this decision? And when it's included, the heart sees the big picture. It's feminine. It's collaborative. So what happens is we have our brain and we have our heart, and they aren't necessarily moving together in tandem. They're not in partnership. So when we get busy and we have stressful and challenging times, we rely on the brain to lead, and then the heart sort of shuts down and goes like, I'm here, my heart's still beating, and I'm still keeping you alive, by the way, and you're not paying much attention to what's going on down here. But the brain is solving the problem. The brain is there to do it, and it controls the nervous system, our central nervous system, our physical body, our adrenaline, our cortisol levels. And if you notice, when you get really stressed or something starts to happen in your life, you start breathing from like here up and you forget about your solar plexus. You're going and you're in that constant pattern of stress. So you're not even really giving your heart the oxygen it needs. So when we're trying to understand how to pair these two and who's leading, what we want to know is, how do we bring them together? So how do we give them a dialogue? How do we get them to connect? So Alan Seale, I've talked about this. You can go back on my previous videos and look at the 4 levels of engagement. Alan Seale's a transformational coach, and he urges us to take this pause and step across from management into sort of the ownership that comes with the power of choice. And what am I really doing here? And who do I want to be in this situation? Because I'm just reacting right now. So I use a lot of this work with my coaching clients, and we focus on how to capture the breath, and how to catch what's going on and sort of pause, like, oh, something's going on and it's starting to accelerate. My breathing is getting shallow. My forehead's starting to crunch. My fists are starting to tighten up. And it's like, oh, got it. I'm shifting into that place where it's time, where I'm going straight up to the head and I'm not partnering with the heart. So how do we shift and slow down and create space to do something different, and create space so that you know who you are and you're making the best decisions that you can? So when a challenge comes up, let's say you're on vacation and there's flight delays, like every single time I travel in the summer. Or you're at home and your teen is pushing you for money or curfew or computer time. Or you're in a fight, you're in a power struggle with your person. How do you create that pause? How do you catch it? How do you know that that's where you are? So first, you set a marker in your head that says, when I start to breathe from my chest up, or when my fists start to clench, or when I can feel my eyebrows clenching, and I recognize that I'm right there, this is starting to feel big, it's starting to feel like too much, then that's my marker. This is my marker to draw, number 2, to drop into my solar plexus and do a rhythmic set of breaths, in and out, in and out. Just create a little bit of a breathing system, in and out, and ask your brain to get in alignment with your heart. Slow down and invite it. Number 3, slow down and invite your heart. Number 4, breathe until you can feel yourself open up, till the room opens up, till there's space. Just a little bit of space. Give yourself a little bit of space. Number 5, speak, act, and do only from that place where there's a little bit of space. Even if it's 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, depending on how well you're trained, give yourself that time to create that pause. So get trained now. Start spending time getting to know, how do I breathe? How do I access my solar plexus? So here are some suggestions I have for how to learn that really crucial pause, right? Number 1, create that intention. I'm going to learn how to create a pause in my system. I'm going to identify markers and I'm going to learn. And then I'm going to find out what it is and where it resides in me and how do I access it. So like, how do I find that place where the breathing really works for me? So take an early morning walk. Get up at dawn. In the summer, my favorite thing to do is walk from 6 to 7 or from 5:30 to 6:30. Sit outside when you have your coffee or your tea, even if it's for 10 minutes, and just breathe in and breathe out. Sip your tea. Notice, what is nature doing? Are the birds talking? Is it raining? Can I sit under someplace where I'm under cover? Watch a movie and breathe consciously in and out, and practice it when the scenes speed up or when they slow down. Set a timer 3 times a day, maybe for 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Even when you're at work, I'm going to take at 10 o'clock, I'm going to take a 3-minute break, and I'm just going to turn my phone off for a minute, and I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to breathe out. So we have to practice. We have to learn how to access it, and we have to learn how to practice. So when we put ourselves in the usual situations and we then we breathe through them, we notice a change. Whether it's in the dinners or the barbecues together, when we're at sporting events, anywhere you go, notice if you're aware of your solar plexus, and if you're not, how do you get there and then start to breathe from them. Open up your breath and enjoy it. In and out, in and out from your solar plexus. And most important thing is that if you find you're not doing that, you can ask for a minute. Hey, give me a second. I need just a minute. Just a second. And then either put your hand up or turn or go, I'm going to go down the end of the office. Or if you're at home, I'm going to walk out, touch the street sign at the end of the corner, and I'm going to come back. And think about this, like, how do I create the time and space I need till I find my breath? So Love and Logic teaches us that you can even say, give me a minute, let me think about that, and I'll get back to you. And then give them a time. Give me 5 minutes, give me an hour, I'll get back to you tomorrow. I need to be able to find out what's really going on inside of me. So these are so many different magical ways that we can access and use a pause. People soften around us. We soften. People step in. Or they step back. Like, wow, I don't have to push you so hard because you look like you handled it. You got it. You feel like everything in life is so much easier and you're present to the life you created. So these are the kinds of things I do with my coaching. If this is something you're interested in, by all means, call me and we can learn how to do some breathing together. Meanwhile, get out there and practice. Find out what your markers are. Find out how to access your breathing and get out there and have fun. Stand on a paddleboard, go to a picnic, watch a good movie, enjoy the summer. Take care. Bye-bye.